Hey, Spencer.
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty great.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So do you have any questions? Or you just got on
Not really. I mean, I didn't watch like I watched the whole video, not like super in depth though. So
Oh, you mean the one that Jacob sent?
yeah,
Yeah.
I will say though, I still like don't fully understand like the structure that the files and components are saved in, like to your
Okay,
computer.
I can explain that to you.
Okay.
So, uh, so you mean like you don't understand how assemblies and parts, like that kind of thing?
Like I understand like the assembly is like made of all the different parts and everything. I just don't like where like what okay, like if you make a new project, do you make it as a part or as a assembly?
Making well, a project is a different thing.
Oh,
A, a project is like, all right, so a project file is a way that you can link a particular folder to Autodesk Inventor. And it makes it so that whenever you click the place component or open button in Autodesk, it automatically goes to that folder. So it's not really related to an assembly or a part in that sense.
okay. Okay. Wait, so okay, hang on, let me load up Autodesk and then I'll look at it.
All right.
Bruh. Says I have a freaking 30-day trial, which is retarded. Because I don't. I have a whatever. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean I'll probably figure it out because like once we go through the first part of today, um, okay, as long as my thing gets up. Because if you do like file,
Mhm.
it's loading, it's always loading. Okay, oh wait, no. So I just do like, okay, would I start by doing a new assembly or a part?
Oh, like if you're so. Oh, I see what you're asking. So you would start by doing a new part because you can like create stuff inside of a part file. So like if you wanted like to draw a rectangular prism, you would do it in a part file. But if you
Yeah.
wanted to put together a bunch of different rectangular prisms, you would do that in this simple file. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So, but like, how do I go from like I kind of missed the part where haha part. I missed the part where like you have the folder where all the parts are saved and then like
Oh, you mean like what? You mean how like how a assembly if you save it, then it would be like a .iam file like that.
yeah, like how yeah, like yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the so assembly files are saved as sorry, I always forget this. Let me look at it real quick. They're saved as a .iam file, and it's the little logo next to them is like 3 blocks, like 2 grays and the blue one.
Uh-huh.
And then for a part file, it's saved as a .ipt file, and there's a blue block next to it.
Okay. So like if
Mhm.
I were to save here wait, I can stream real quick.
Yeah, you can share.
Oh my god, I hate Zoom. Okay, share screen. Inventor. Actually, I don't can I do whole screen? Okay, yeah, whole screen. So okay, so like if I just made a part, right? And I just like make a rectangle or something. This is gonna be quick. Easy dubs.
Dude, you should use dark mode.
That's maybe I'll consider it. Okay, so now I have my part, right? And I'll
Yeah.
call this cube. Okay, so that's what it is. It's a cube.
Mhm.
So then, like, if I want to make the next part, what do I
Yeah.
do?
Oh, you click, let's see. Wait,
Like a separate part.
Yeah.
right there.
You just file.
You would
You
click
click
that little
file.
arrow. Or you can click file, yeah, there you are, and then
Oh,
click
that works
part,
too. Yeah.
and then you can create a new part.
Okay.
And then you
And
can
then-
see them down here. So the part one.
Oh, it's like Google Sheets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then I make a second part. Right.
How do I get this arrow off the screen?
Uh,
Yeah, if you make a second part, then.
Oh my gosh. Why does it not auto? I don't like that.
Then you gotta finish this. Wait, what are you doing?
Is it not what? I'm
You have to select
selecting
that.
Oh
the
yeah, okay.
axis.
All right.
Yeah. Wait. That doesn't make any sense to it.
This doesn't
Wait,
do I need
what?
to- Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
Okay, so you're trying to create a circle, right?
Yeah, I don't know
I
what's
mean,
going on with this.
Like a sphere?
Yeah.
That's
Okay, I'll
still
just do
work.
this. I'll
Yeah,
just do
you
Yeah.
can.
Just do that. And then select that. There you
Yeah.
go.
easy dubs.
Okay.
Okay.
You can also use that purple thing at the top, but like that's weird.
The Oh yeah. No.
That's weird.
That's kind of
Stuff.
sketchy.
So then I have why does it not save it down here if I change the name of it?
Because
I have to
you
save
haven't
it.
clicked
You haven't
save.
saved it again yet.
Okay, so
Save it and bike
So-
stand flying.
yeah, I didn't get yeah, that's the other thing. I'm glad we're doing a new CAD project because I kind of didn't do the last one because I kind of got very
Dang man.
yeah. No, but don't
That's lame.
because yeah. All right, it's all right. All right. Okay. So like if I go, so I would like, would I make a new file in documents?
Yeah, it's just like saving a Word document.
Okay, let me do new folder. All right, what
Jonathan,
is
during the
this?
session, do you want me to like go through to like find parts online or just like grab them from what we already have?
Okay.
Actually, no, I can't do that. I'll just try when to get it online. Actually, yeah, never mind.
And then I save this as cylinder. And then if I do the assembly,
Yeah.
then then I just do assembly
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll make the assembly. Oh.
Yeah.
And then I can place
Yes.
place. And then okay. Place the cube. Ooh. Okay, wait. So is it bad? Like, do we need to have? This is one of the things I think I forgot to ask before. It's like just now, right? If we have two cubes we want to place, and they're identical, like if it's like brackets, like do we need to make a separate thing called like left, right, middle, top bracket, and left, right, middle,
No.
bottom bracket?
You
We
only
can
do that if you're like, if you need to like modify the pieces separately. Like saying to like put a hole in one for some bolt or something, then you'll have to save a separate file. But otherwise,
Uh-huh.
if you're giving them the exact same thing, then you don't need to change it.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Okay, and then I have my assembly, and then I can constrain. I don't know how much you can constrain a sphere. Oh, easy. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, that was like the main thing. I just didn't understand the hierarchy of this.
I don't even know if I ever constrained a sphere.
Well, I beat you to it.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, and then the other type of file is a .dwg file. If you go over here and click that.
Wait, DW, I might have deleted that.
If you
I
click
had a
that,
thing here that said DWG, and then I deleted it. It was like an icon.
I probably weren't supposed to do that.
Really?
Yeah, if you click the down arrow up here where my little blue arrow thing is, and then click drawing. I don't know, you probably deleted the program, so it might not work.
I did. I thought that it was. I thought it was spam. It was like 50 gig or something. Oh no, maybe.
Oh,
not.
there you go. Yeah, so then you can like put it in like a professional drawing thing.
Oh, that's
If you're
pretty
like
cool.
presenting to someone. or send in the file.
So then how do I put the assembly in here?
No, you click base.
Base?
Base.
plate.
Like with a B. No,
Base.
that.
Yeah.
And then we didn't save it, but so it's gonna forget.
Oh,
And
okay.
you're gonna save the assembly and then yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him the weirdest drawing.
Yeah. And then you can go and then bring your mouse over here and then click.
Oh wait.
Oh my
Click.
goodness. Yeah, and then bring your mouse over here and click. And that's giving you the different views of it. So that's
Okay.
the 4 views that you can do.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What if
So
I
we don't
want
really
more
ever do
views?
that because we're not ever really
Yeah.
presenting our files. to
Yeah.
someone.
Oh shoot. No.
It's also useful if you're like giving the files to someone else to machine.
Yeah.
You're trying to like into machine a bracket or something.
Yeah.
Especially if they don't like know what it is.
Jacob never gives
Can you
me
do it?
this.
Does it
Yeah.
have to be for an
Well, yeah, it's
assembly?
different because like yeah.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Does it have to be for an assembly or can you do it for a part?
Yeah, you can do it for a part.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you have
this-
that weird thing. I don't know what that is. Oh,
But
and then annoying thing that you'll probably come across if you ever try to do this in real life is that so this sheet is the size of A4, which means that you can't print it on a regular printer because it's like so each size of paper is like a different size in the engineering world. So there's like A1, A2, A3, and A4. And the paper that we use in our printers is A1. So right when you first click base over here in the top left, it asked you, oh my bad, sorry, I told you the wrong thing.
I could do the scale.
Yeah, you can change the scale, but if you right click on sheet over here, oh, you can't see my mouse.
Sheet?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, that sheet. Hang on.
Yeah. And then click edit sheet. Then you see it's size D, but you want A.
Just A?
No, like top A. Yeah. And then,
like
yeah.
A.
And it's 8.5 by 11.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so you would have to like redo your scale and stuff, but
I think this is fine. I think they get the message.
It'll be good. But yeah.
All right, thanks. That explains a lot. All right. Where's my mute button? Hang on. How do I unshare my screen? Hang on.
I think it's at the top.
Oh wait. No, hang on. My Zoom thing's in like the weird minimized window.
There you go. I just
There
kicked
we
you
go.
off.
Okay. Oh, all right.
All right, so guess we're probably gonna get started here. First thing, oh, duh, you can't see my screen. There we go. First thing is we're gonna talk about MasterCard. So, MasterCard is this like website. I'm on Google Chrome right now, and it's the website that we basically buy a lot of our stuff from. So you can see there's everything that you would ever need if you're an engineer on this website. And so today, what we're going to be doing is, well, today, tomorrow, next day, is we're going to be cutting the lift that you saw in the video that was sent in Slack, and it's basically like a scissor lift. So, yeah, I'll start. Oh, wait. Sorry, Jacob. So, I'm going to start with like MasterCard, and then you want to cat it today. All right. I'm reading your lips. So MasterCard is basically this way where you can do screws and bolts and all this stuff, and you can buy all of these different bolts. And the cool thing about MasterCard is that they support CAD. So if I'm in this vented socket head screw, which we would never buy, but if you would look up, if all you have to do is click on it and then product detail, and then you can go down and So there's this type of file that Autodesk supports, and it's called a step file. So you go down and then click Save. So now I just saved the CAD of this vented socket head screw. So I can go over here to Autodesk Inventor, click Open, and I just downloaded it. And you're probably thinking, well, dude, it's not there, but it's saved as a step file. And right now, the Autodesk Inventor is looking for IAM, DWG, and all these other files. So if you go click that, and go to All Files, you can see it's right here. So when I click Open, it doesn't actually open the step file. It automatically converts it to a .ipt file, which stands for Inventor part. So it's basically converting this into a part file, and that's what all this stuff means. And then right here at the bottom, it is saying, where do you want me to put the file? So let's say I want to put it in the documents. And then click OK, and it's converting it, and now I have this vented socket head screw. So today we'll be using that a lot in, well, not today, probably on Friday we'll be using that a lot. But in real life, when we're actually CADing the robot, we'll actually be using that a lot. So, all right, that was my thing. I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
Jonathan, so when you do that, does it automatically save the part to the file with all of your other stuff?
No, you have to, here, I'll show you. So let's say we're actually downloading something else. Let's say we're downloading a scissor lift. That is not how you spell scissor. Okay, so you can click on it, click product detail. Oh, bad example. So sometimes the MasterCard will not have the CAD files, especially in complicated things, because I guess they don't feel like CAD. So you'll scroll down and be like, oh dang, there's no CAD. So you'll have to look at the dimensions and say, all right, hand operated capacity, and CAD this whole thing by yourself. So, sorry, you just have to do that. But usually with small things like screws and bolts, they'll have them. So let's get a high strength 832 bolt. So you go in here, like I said before, 3D step, save, and now we're gonna flip over here to Autodesk, and now we have this bolt thing right here. That was in our downloads, because we just downloaded it from the internet, and then click open. And then this is Spencer, I'm about to answer your question. So it's saying that I'm importing this really long file, which basically just means that I'm importing this bolt. And the file location is where it's putting the file. So if I click on documents, I'm gonna click OK. So now it's gonna put it in my documents. So it's importing it, and now if I go to my file explorer and go to documents, what the heck? I don't know why it's not showing up. That was weird. Aha, here we go. Now it'll say the zinc yellow chromate plated hex head screw. So you get it, Spencer?
Yeah, thank you.
There we go. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be the general bike stand that we're going to start CADing. Sadly, we can't just download that one from MasterCard that Jonathan found. That would be really convenient instead of just CADing it ourselves. But yeah, so if you didn't already watch the bike stand video that I posted back in the Slack, you should probably have looked at that. But if not, this is the general idea of what we're CADing. So I'm going to get started. And so a lot of our
Yeah, I just updated it, so you got it downloaded again.
Downloading it? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Alright.
GrabCAD is wacky. There. Okay, so yeah, this is GrabCAD. It's a general thing that me and Jonathan and just our entire CAD team uses to transfer all of our files. And so basically whenever you do anything, you upload files that you create to the file sharing system, and if you make new files, you download them, and you just don't want to interfere with anyone else's files, and your CAD will be fine. But it's basically just a way that we can easily transfer all of our files to each other so that we can all CAD together. So yeah. Okay, so I probably need to update this then. Or not. What? I don't know what files you shared with me.
You gotta close it and then reopen it.
That is big sad. Oh yes, all the annotations.
Put some fancy stuff on it.
Okay, this is the lift now, and Jonathan added some nice annotations that we can use to help us CAD it. So right now we have dimensions, it's 18 by 15 at the base, and all the scissor pieces from the center, from the hole to hole, is 14 inches. So yeah, okay. And so, as Jonathan said, we have to, a lot of the parts, especially when we're just going to be buying them online instead of machining them ourselves, especially the more complex parts, we're going to have to download them from different sites. And McMaster-Carr is a really good example, but because we're going to need it, I'm going to go ahead and go to this other website that we use a lot called Vex Pro. And it's just going to take you here. You can look up Vex Pro, and you'll just find a website, and you're going to want to just, I don't know, Versa stock, and then Versa frame you can look up, and it'll take you to this, which is just aluminum tubes that are pre-drilled holes, which you prefer because they also allow us to get gussets and brackets that are also already aligned with those holes, and it just makes building things a lot easier than FRC, especially with the time constraint. And so what you do on Vex Pro is you go all the way down, just like most websites that will have CAD files, and you have to go to here, click on CAD files, and we want, scroll down, aluminum Versa frame tube stock, and I'm gonna select the 1x2, and yeah, download that one. And then I have to go to downloads. So I downloaded that. Go to all files so I can see it, and open that. Yeah. So I'm just gonna okay. I'll save it somewhere else later. And so yeah, it's gonna give you this massive piece because so like most places, whenever you they'll just give you the exact file of what you'll get in the mail whenever you order it. But obviously we're not gonna want to use this massive 59-inch piece. So we can just go to that and edit that later. And so as you can see in the scissor mechanism, obviously it's 18 by 15, but we can't, and this is C channel in here, and this is the Versa frame tubing that we're gonna use here. And so obviously because it's 18 by 15, but we can't just have an 18-inch piece and a 15-inch piece because at the corner, these sides overlap. So you have to account for the difference in the lengths of the pieces so that it can all fit together in this way. And that means that this piece, this Versa frame can still be 15 inches, but that means we still have to make the C channel a 16-inch piece because it's a 1x2 tubing. So 1 inch on this side, 1 inch on that side, and it's only 16 inches of C channel tubing. So first, I'm just gonna cut this down to the 15 inches. And so there's a lot of ways you can do this, but I'm just gonna kind of start a sketch on this face, project the geometry, finish that sketch, and then make an extrusion, have it cut, and then so as I said before, Autodesk will just do some math for you, and they can kind of help think about the distances. So we know it's a 59-inch piece, and then we can say, and then if you do 59 minus the length you actually want, then cutting that length off will be the perfect amount. And so we want a 15-inch piece. And so now because it's cutting off 59 minus 15, it's going to leave us with just 15 inches of Versa frame. And obviously if you want, you can check that. Yeah, 15 inches. So now I'm going to make the C-channel tubing, and for that I'm just going to use a new part. And I've already checked that Make Mastercar has these, but even then Make Mastercar usually has a lot of different variety of different C-channel tubing, but I've already checked that we can make this. So let's do this. I'm going to make a C. Oh my gosh, I should have just made the length there. It doesn't matter. Okay. Make that 2 inches. And then make this. Okay, so I don't know if you can kind of see, but like whenever you're making any lines in Autodesk, it likes to snap to all these different angles that are really common when you're sketching things. And so, for example, even though I'm just making a freeform line, if I get close to this 90 degrees from this line, it'll automatically just make it perpendicular. And I'll do that with a lot of different sketches, which is really helpful. Take that an inch. I have to fix this line. And then I'm going to do the fancy offset that I did, and I'm going to make it a 1/8 inch offset. And then I have to finish the whole plane. And so whenever you also make any sketch and want to extrude it, you have to always make sure the face you're extruding is a fully enclosed face of lines, if that makes sense. And I mean, it's pretty obvious right now, but sometimes when you get to like really complex sketches, you have to be really careful about that to make sure when you're extruding, it's a full sketch. Otherwise, it's just, you're not going to be able to do that. And then this, as I said, has to be 16 inches long because it's the 18 inches minus the 1 inch off of the 2x1 Versa frame. I'm going to go ahead, I'll do this in the Versa frame too. I'm going to make this aluminum. And then I'm going to make this aluminum. I'm going to save it as, and I'm going to instead move it, grab head, 20 reach. And then obviously, so like a lot of times with parts, we get these super long names. And for this part, it doesn't matter as much. But if you notice later, you'll see that like with parts from McMaster-Carr that are like really odd and specific, you're going to want to sometimes leave certain things on here. So like, for example, this Versa frame tubing is not a big deal because everyone here knows what Versa frame tubing is. Or if you don't, you will know if you cat a lot with us. And so like you'll know how to buy Versa frame tubing and how to put that on the order sheet. But with things like McMaster-Carr, sometimes it's really useful to leave the serial number that you see here onto the part, so that whenever someone's going back through and trying to order your parts, you can just have the serial number there, and it's really easy to find the same part that you used. But because it's really easy to find Versa frame, I'm just gonna take it off. So Versa frame, 15 inches, yeah. Channel 16 inches. Okay. And so it's okay to start. So like you can look at this, and obviously we did make edits that are going to be holes that we're going to put in later, but just so you understand the process of using Autodesk, I'm not going to edit that stuff yet because obviously like at this point, I'm not going to necessarily know that I'm going to have to do that unless you like super plan out everything. But so for now, I'm just going to start assembling everything so that we can get a general idea, I guess, of what we are making. So I'm going to go to new, assembly. If I'm going too fast, we need to go back, just let me know. And then, okay. Feel like, okay. So, and then I'm gonna need 2 of these. And so do what I just did is an easy way to sort of just like get back to a main kind of starting point when you're sketching. I said this before, but you can just click F6 and it'll just take you to a centered view of everything in case you get to some weird point from your sketch and everything. I'm going to go ahead and ground this piece because you gotta ground things. That's nice. I messed it up. So okay, I messed it up, so I'm just going to reselect the face I actually want. So why is it just not working? Oh, I'm just not. It'll be fine later. Actually, I'm fine. It's symmetrical.
Hey, Jacob.
Yes.
So Spencer just had a question that says, I'm trying to extrude the VersaFrame and it's just creating a sketch instead. All right. I have no idea what that means. So
Wait, so Spencer, you should try to explain that and get on.
Or just like,
So I do extrude and I select the face and it just makes a sketch on that face.
Makes oh right.
Yeah.
So I think like you're saying it's like extruding like a new thing from it.
I mean, I can screen share real quick if you
Yeah,
want me
just
to.
screen share.
Just screen share.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Okay. I'll do it as soon as you stop screen sharing. I know it doesn't make it. I know it doesn't. That's why I'm very confused. Hang on. Where's Autodesk? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Share. So, where am I? I extrude.
Mm-hmm.
What? Oh, well, maybe it's because it's not letting me select the extrude button.
yeah, you have
to make a new sketch on the face.
Oh, you have to make a sketch first?
So yeah, I probably went kind of fast, but so what I did is I started a new sketch on the face, and you have to like actually bring a sketch of the VersaFrame tubing from the side so that when you're cutting it, it's actually cutting the tubing.
Wait.
So,
Yeah,
so essentially you're making a sketch to like modify the VersaFrame tubing as if it was like a regular part, and you're just cutting into it.
Yeah.
So make a sketch. Yeah.
And make it on the front face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
so you can do a lot of ways, but like if you want, you can just click project geometry to get the exact. And so click on. You have to zoom in to click on the whole face. You're fine.
Wait.
So project geometry just projects all the edges on the 3D object. So if you click an edge, like click right there.
That's a click each. Can I just select all
And
of them?
if you zoom in and you go to the face, then it'll, yeah.
Oh,
No.
You gotta click project geometry again. Not off of it.
Okay, yeah. And
And
if you
then
click the
zoom in.
face.
And then click the fade.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And I have the whole thing. And then
now you can click extrude and then
okay.
click cut.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Was it 56?
59.
59.
Oh, yeah. All right, thank you. Yeah, that would make sense.
You're welcome.
Why that was working. Okay.
I got you.
All right, thanks.
Okay. But yeah, if anyone has any questions like that, just don't be afraid to say something. Look at that. Now I have a nice little base. Okay. Now I'm gonna make, this. I'm just gonna make the scissor part of it now. And so based on the dimensions that we have from this and from the video, I mean, obviously you can do this a little bit differently if you wanted to, but we're gonna make from hole to hole 14 inches. And so start a new sketch. And so Autodesk has, so I think when Jonathan made a similar piece the other day, he made a rectangle and then added circles to it, which is a way you can do it. But there's also like Autodesk sometimes has some like fancy sort of like other sketch things under these. So like if you click under rectangle, you have all these different options. And I'm actually going to make a slot from center to center. And then if you do that, this will just be like the length from hole to hole. And we wanted that to be 14 inches. And then now I'm still, oh gosh, these wants me to click. And now it's giving me an option to sort of change the radius of this, and that number is the diameter of it. And I don't know, I'm just gonna make that an inch for now. Is that fine, Jonathan? Or is that too small?
I think it says it, I'm pretty sure it's 1.5, but it's in the assembly.
Okay, I'm just, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's a diameter of 1.5 inches. So I'll just keep that consistent. 1.5 inches. Finish the sketch. Extrude it. And I don't know. I don't know how to make it.
0.25. It's in, if
0.25.
you zoom out, there's like all those dimensions that you're doing here.
Oh, it's like,
yeah.
wait, what is that? Oh,
it's weird. It only
I
does
see.
it on the X, Y, and
Yeah.
Z plane. It doesn't let me do 3D.
It's kind of weird because like if I look from that,
it's gone. Yeah.
Okay, so 0.25. Okay. I'm gonna make the holes that we need for that. And so I already know right now of like the kinds of things we're gonna use. And so like if you're questioning, it's just because I already know. But so what I'm gonna have between there, and so you could have just a bolt that you can use to actuate that mechanism. But because we might be having a lot of load on this, I'm actually going to use something called bushings, and those sort of just act like it helps like movement, and it creates a lot of friction between the metal pieces whenever you're having a lot of load and you're trying to actuate any parts. So I will show you that later, but for now, that's just why these holes can be super big. And I'm just gonna make it 1/2 inch. Oh gosh, I could have whatever. Okay, the hole over here, and you can click this. So like if there's any circular edge, then you can click that, and it'll just center it at the center of the hole. Yeah, okay, it's going through. So yeah, this is our nice piece. I'm gonna change it to aluminum. Very fun. You can go ahead and save this because I should have done that already. Okay, so I guess I'm not sure. I guess I can start assembling. Actually, yeah. So this is the screw part. If you want on the MasterCard, I've already looked at the dimensions of what we want for this. And so for that part on Make MasterCard, they actually do have it available for you to download. But the problem with that is when you have an actual screw and bolt mechanism, it can sort of make the constraints really weird, especially because it has a lot of weird threading that goes along through it. And so I'm just going to make a cylinder, and then Autodesk has a way that you can just add an image of threads so that you're still acknowledging that they exist, but it makes it a lot easier. And so I will show you here. I want to see how long this file is first. And so I already know that the threading we're going to, the threading that we're going to use is half 20 threading. Yeah, half 20 threading. And that's just going to mean I'm going to make it half an inch. Sketch. And as you saw, there's a bunch of other stuff going on with that piece, but we're going to edit that later as I explain and go through the sketch, or Jonathan will, we'll see. And so what you can do, I don't know if I remember exactly where it is.
It's in 3D model.
Okay.
And then it's
yeah. So in 3D model, there's a little option over here called thread, and then it'll pull up this option. You can go and click on the face, and so it gives you this option right here. The size already knows, and so I'm actually going to click down, select half 20, and so if you don't know, that basically means that it's a ½ inch diameter screw, and there are 20 threads per inch. That's basically just what this is saying. And yeah, and so that's how you make a nice thread tube. But yeah, you can't have half 20. That's right. I'm going to make this piece in here. And so it does just like a cylinder, but basically it has this overall cylindrical tube, which has a screw through it. And if you saw in the video, it then has 2 spokes in it so that it can go through this and through this lighter piece of plastic right there. And then 12 inches.
Hey Jacob, what's
Yeah.
the best way to like rotate stuff?
What do you mean?
Like,
what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm just trying to align the pieces the right way, and I just need to rotate it like not 180 degrees. And like the free rotate thing doesn't seem to work that well.
Oh, so like when you're placing it, there is an option. There's like the XYZ axis that you can see, and so if you want, when you're placing it, you can sort of rotate it close to align, so that can kind of help you sketch. But also in Autodesk, if it might just be like depending on how much experience you have, but if you have a good understanding of the faces that you're going to have to constrain, it doesn't exactly matter how it's aligned before, because when you constrain everything, Autodesk will automatically put everything together the way you want. That makes sense.
Okay, I'll just get better then.
I mean, I don't know a lot. I mean, I don't know. There might be some ways. I'm gonna go ahead and place this in so I can sort of see. There might be ways to just rotate it. I don't know if there's a better way, at least that I know, besides just freely rotating it. So yeah, I mean, I think in the free rotate, if you hover over this right here, like any of these axes, it'll rotate it in a specific sort of like that axis. And so here, it's up and down. And if you go this edge, oh gosh, this edge, it only rotates over. It's like a rotating around the circle. So that might be able to help you. But besides that, I'm not totally sure. There are many better ways. But also, as I said, and so when you place it in, what's helpful is to keep in mind you have this axis right here. And so if you right click, you have these rotate options, and that will rotate on 90-degree plane. So like rotate Y, or rotate around that Y. And then, yeah, stuff like that.
All right, thanks.
Okay, what was I doing? Oh yeah, okay. So creating the new 3D sketch, gonna extrude. I should probably see this part first. Okay, 0.75. Very nice. I think it's 12 inches. I'll check in a second. But yeah, it does say very nice annotations. And then to do the extrusion of the smaller spokes here, I'm just going to click on that and then make an additional circle here. I'm just going to make it 3/8. Finish the sketch. Extrude it. Oh gosh, I don't actually know. So for now, I'm just going to make that an inch, but I'm going to go back. I'm just going to open the part. Oh my gosh, artist can do this, whatever. Open that. Oh, it's just like not, whatever. Then I'm just gonna do it myself.
Wait,
So,
no, Jacob, you clicked on the wrong thing. Click on the
did?
threaded part. Yeah.
Wait, what? It's like
You're making
confused.
the threaded one, right?
No, I'm not. Because like, oh, I mean, I think I might have understood. I think I understand how you did this. Okay, we did it a little bit differently, I guess. So like, wait. Okay, so also you can do in Autodesk when you're looking at any assemblies is so that when I'm going to click on this part, and then if you right click on it, you're going to get a bunch of options here, and there's a visibility thing here. If I click that, it's sort of unchecking the visibility, and now I can look inside as if the part was not there, even though it still exists. And so now I can see what was behind this and everything like that. And so, okay, I think I understand how you're doing it. So to make this part, so I guess, I mean, I would probably make this tube and then add a bolt running through all of this, right? And that's just gonna sort of hold everything like together.
Yeah, I just didn't put the bolt. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as your cat, but there's just no bolt.
Okay. Got it.
We'd use hot glue.
Okay, so I'm gonna add that feature, and I'm just gonna add cutting inward for that bolt. Okay, why is it? Okay. Yeah, so like this is also really weird because you would think that's like, oh, nothing's going on, but I'm still cutting. You have to check which direction you're having it go, but check the other direction. Now it's actually sort of cutting in. Pretty hard to see, but yeah, you can see it in there. So now I have that 1 inch hole. I'm just gonna add that on both sides for the bolt to go through. Very nice. And then, okay, so this is getting kind of weird because so now I have to figure out how I'm gonna get an extrusion hole that's through this. I mean, obviously you know what you want to do, but I can't just be like, oh, start a 2D sketch on this plane because it's curved. You can't do that. And so how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna get this plane and then, oh wait, I forgot how to do this, honestly. How did I do that? I don't remember. Dang, this is okay. So I think you can do that. I don't know if this is gonna work though. No, that's not how it works. No, you can't just put plain spaces.
What are you trying to do?
That. So like, I forgot how we made like this hole. Is there a hole in there? Or is it just going through?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, the way that you would do that is you would do the same plane that you're just trying to do, but you would click, wait, go back to part 5. Yeah.
I mean, I did it. I don't remember how I did it there.
Yeah. You would click plane, the down arrow.
Yeah.
And then tangent to surface through edge. And then click the surface. And then go over here to origin. No.
Oh yeah, that's how
use a reference plane. Yeah.
I think what I did actually, and I think I did, yeah. I went to the origin and I was like, okay, So here are all the planes that are part of the origin relative to the part. And this is the one I want. So what I can do is I think I can check the visibility. If you want, you right click it, go to visibility, and you click it and add a check mark. So now that plane is just visible. And so then, I think, wait, don't remember how long the part was. Should be 12 inches though. They're just going crazy. Yeah, 12 inches. Okay. So I'm going to start the 2D sketch on the plane instead. And then it might be kind of hard to see because you're kind of making things behind the plane. We're going to go ahead and project
show
it.
them how to slice the graphics. That'll help them.
Show them how to what?
You know what I mean? Right click and then
wait.
like get off of project geometry. It's we haven't ever used this before. I just learned it myself. So right click on anywhere display. And then go down to slice graphics right here. And now it slices the graphics on the plane.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So yeah, that's actually cool. Very nice. So yeah, now you can kind of see what's going on. It's kind of a weird texture, but whatever. Okay, so make a circle that's 1/2 inch. And then dimension that to this edge, 6 inches. Oh, I could, and then oh, I didn't break the geometry yet. That's sad. There. What? Okay. Why is it not? Whatever. I can use that point. Is this just like not working? Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Finish the sketch. And now it looks like I can't see it. Still there. Extrude. It already knows what I'm talking about. And so that's kind of why I think this direction is useful, and it makes it symmetric. So whatever dimension you're putting here, it's going both directions. So I'm going to cut, and now it's going through the entire tube. And that's the part we need. Make it aluminum. It's not a big deal if you forget the parts, but later on it can be helpful with weights like that we already talked about. Save it. All right, now I'm going to make these plastic pieces right here. So, okay. No. Okay, new standard sketch. Go back to that rectangle. And so the slot, so like the C channel that we're trying to make it go through was a 2x1 with a 1/8 inch offset about the C part. So this part, this piece would be 1 minus an eighth. Oh, and then this part is going to be 2 minus the 1/8 on each side on the top and the bottom. And so that's just going to be 1/4. I'm just going to make this like 3 inches, even though it's kind of different from what you did. But that's like what the guy in the video had. So yeah. And then he said that he used, if you scroll all the way down, this UHMW doesn't have the green one. But I don't know. I'm just going to make it black. And yeah, if you want, I think, can you just click on this? I don't remember. Yeah. And then whatever. Green. Very nice. And so yeah, for colors, you don't have to do the click this thing and then select the color because it does weird stuff. You can just use the drop down menu up here. So now the correct material. And I'm gonna just add fillet or fillet, I don't even know what it's called. And now, very nice green little piece. And we also need to know that a bolt will have to be going through this to keep all this together if you missed that. So if you, as you can see here, to have the bolt go all the way through to this tube and keep these pieces together, I'm gonna have to go through this side and then through the end side to make a hole for that. Oh wait, I shouldn't do that. Okay, I'm gonna use the hole tool on this space. Dimension of it's like 1.75 divided by 2. And then that's 1.5. What did that go through? Okay. Save it. And then, oh my god, this is cool. Take a look. Okay. Now that I have a lot of pieces, I'm going to start assembling everything, and it's going to get kind of weird. So this, I'm just going to do the first layer, and then I'm going to go up from there. And so we need 4 for the first layer. I just realized that they all have middle spokes. I'm going to need to add that. 14 scissor piece. Just make a hole in the middle. A 1/2 inch is right. And then from this dot, oh no, it's not doing it right. That's so sad. Okay, I'm gonna try it again. So from this top, it was 1.5 inches. So that's 0.75 is in the middle. And then I'm just gonna, okay, won't let me. Okay, actually, I can just make, okay. I'm doing this really poorly, so sorry about that. But I'm gonna make this 0.75. And for now, I'm just gonna click OK. But what you can do, because I was having trouble like constraining it correctly with dimensions, you just go to the edit sketch. And although you don't see the hole or a circle, it's this little, that sort of crosshair right there. And so I'm gonna make a dimension to this line. And that's gonna be 7 because it's 14 inches. Oh, there we go. And I'm just gonna close out all these things. I know I'm not gonna edit for now. Obviously, I can go back to them later. Okay. Okay. So now, so as you can see here, there's this piece right here that we need to constrain this back end of the scissor mechanism, and this is an 80-20 bolt and 80-20 bracket. And I guess I can go to 80-20 to do that. Or I mean, I don't know. Should I steal it or should I just get it from here?
I think we'll probably just send it in Slack because you have to like make an account and do all this other stuff. To
Oh yeah, so yeah, that's kind of weird. So okay, I'm just gonna grab that profile if I can find it and send it in Slack. Actually, can you send it in Slack, Jonathan? I'm just gonna steal it. So let me go to this scissor lift. Yeah. I don't know what it's called. Oh wait, I can just look. I'm just so done. Okay, so then I'll go on the part, and so like you just click on parts and then look in here to see what's highlighted, and that'll tell you exactly what part you're looking for. So it's 4 and 3 2 black. And then the reason I'm going in here, and I'm just going to copy it, but I want to put it inside of the same folder that I have everything, and then to make sure to like, oh gosh, that's the wrong one, to keep everything in check and in the same place. Because if you have different parts like connected to like that are all in different files, and you're like taking from other assemblies and things like that, it can kind of get really messy. And if you like edit the part, then it's going to edit all the parts, and sometimes CAD will have trouble referencing it. So whenever you have an assembly, it's best to just keep everything organized and keep everything within the same folder that I have here. And so, yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, it's kind of weird. So I'm just gonna place these in, and even though they're not oriented the right way, as I kind of told Spencer, if you kind of know the faces you're gonna want to constrain, then it's easy to just put it in for now.
So after you finish the training, that it's probably good to go ahead and stop for today and go to the
Okay.
questions.
Yeah, sure. I'll just leave this here. And yeah, so this is what we have so far. We have the base, and I've kind of begun to just put the scissor pieces in, and I'm sure Jonathan will go through sort of the complicated constraints that are going to go with that and make it together. Okay. Make sure you save everything. Does anyone have any questions? Need me to go back? Show them how to do anything? Lost it all?
So okay, I have a couple like measurement questions. So what are is the 14-inch bar things, is that from end to end or from hole to hole?
It's
14
hole to hole.
inches. Okay.
So yeah, that's why I use the slot tool. It's well because the slot tool measures from the hole to hole first, and then it's kind of just extruding the entire edge, if that makes sense.
Okay, and also how thick are they?
I think 1.5 inches. From
It's a quarter of an inch.
It's a quarter
Not
inch.
Oh, that thickness. Oh, I thought you were talking about like. Okay, I was thinking about
Those
the
would be
different
some beefy
dimension.
bars, Jacob.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, quarter. Okay, cool. And
Only the
also,
strongest material.
what? Yeah. Also, what about? I kind of missed all the measurements on this one too. On that one you were just on.
Wait, which one? This one?
No, the middle piece. Yeah.
Okay.
I did
Middle
educated guessing.
actuating.ipt.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is okay. So it's I think, yeah, it's 12-inch piece. I literally forgot to measure so many times. So it's a 12-inch piece, and then it's 0.75 diameter extruded through. And then these holes are just 3/8. I just left an inch in. And then this is a hole just in the middle of it, which is just 6 inches, and then half of 0.75 is 0.375, and then just extrude it symmetrically so you get the extrusion through like that.
Okay. All right. And wait, you said okay. The outer diameter is 0.75.
Yes.
Okay. And that's offset. Whatever. I'll just leave it like that. Okay. And then the hole in the middle, the hole going through the middle is 3/4 of it. Wait.
No, this one's actually 1/2 inch because this threaded piece is also 1/2 inch, and that's what's going to be going through it later.
Okay. All right. I got it. Thanks.
Is anyone else behind? Have any questions? I'm going to just go back and CAD something. They see again what I was doing. I was going too fast. I guess we're good.
All right. So, So I forgot to do the sponsor thing.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors: GPS, AXAXL. Oh, that was weird. AXAXL, Griffith, and Fish Metals. Hey, here you go. All right. So, yeah, I guess if you have any other questions, just tell us in Slack, and we'll do like a Slack call, and we can explain it to you. So, I guess we'll see y'all, and we'll finish up like the lift arms and all of that stuff on Friday. See you then.